that has legacy.
Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Dubai Works Business Podcast, episode number 96, coming up to 100. And as usual, we have a diverse range of guests with a different perspective of Dubai. Today, I have the pleasure of being joined by the nose, Paolo Terenzi. My Italian pronunciations will always need improvement. He is from the luxury fragrance and lifestyle brand Tiziana, Terenzi, and he joins us from the coastal province, Rimini in northwest Italy. Good morning, Paolo.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Goodbye. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. So thank you for waking up early. I'm sure it's quite cold at that part of Italy at the moment. How are things there?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's absolutely really cold and very early for my standard habits normally because I woke up very early this morning for meeting you, but it's a great pleasure.
Okay, amazing. Can you just tell us the area that you're from? Is that where you're from? Is that where the brand is based?
Yes, absolutely. I was born here, by the way, with my sister Tiziana. Is a very small village, but very characteristic, kind of Italian style, where life is very easy. We can ride bicycles, reach the shore where we have a beautiful sea. Not as much beautiful as Dubai, but is nice, Adriatic Sea. We are not far away from Venice, so normally we used to sail and reach Venice during the summertime if you want to have a romantic journey. And all around here also we have a beautiful hills with a wide landscape with historical castles. So it's also nice if you in the perspective of the historical journey to visit a very nice characteristic Middle Age period. And it was very famous for few things, my area, because Federico Fellini was born here, so famous movie maker, and Dolce Vita was born in that area. Wow. We loved this type of lifestyle. And other side that is very famous for our amazing food. So here you can test really the Italian cuisine. So it's a good idea to have a journey here whenever you want.
Amazing. One to add to our bucket list when we can all travel freely again. Amazing. So the area is known for cuisine and Italian lifestyle and history. And is it an area that fashion designers and creativity has come from as well? And how did your brand start out?
Yeah. Of course, we have many fashion companies here, like Alberta Ferretti, Moschino, Gautier, and many others. So it's a very important industrial area where we can produce fashion and beauty. And of course, this area is so important for our company because more or less we produce for many other brands also, and we are very focused in quality for special artistic perfumes like we have in Tiziana Terenzi, but also for other brands that I don't want to mention now because we have no disclosure agreement. But of course, it's important part of our job, and also this part of commitment give us the chance to be free to explore new border in the perfumery with Tiziana Terenzi. So we don't have the pressure to get a return on investment on this, and we can be more focused in the artistic project. And this is what I really like to do normally, following my inspiration, not be correct. And I'm used to say I'm politically incorrect nose because I really like to merge a different type of skills, attitude, and art to create something that it can be the liquid emotion. What we would like to deliver today is really not only a perfume or deodorant, but it's more something that you can drive with you, your personality, and project to around your environment. So surrounded by you and have this type of spirits.
Amazing. Liquid emotion. I really like it. Paolo, your title of the nose, is that, so for people not familiar with the industry and naming conventions, is that similar to a creative director in a fashion house, or what's your responsibilities in that respect?
Oh, yeah. Let's say that it's a little bit different from a creator because this is probably more the part of my sister. And in my company, in our company, we share everything. So it's very difficult to see where is the border between my sister and I. The real problem that we are two different type of characters, and also this is our strength because of we are looking for to find always the synthesis between the two perspectives. So this is make the products in a different way, and we put always the bar very high. In my part of the job is more to work with the molecules and create in my lab the different type of essence. And after Tiziana is going to take care more about the packaging, the bottle, the design that should be absolutely current with the perfume. So it's very difficult to see what is the difference between one and the other, and we should merge our abilities in the same direction. So we work together, and we are both creator and knows, and it's a really family business, and we are the third generation.
Oh wow! I was going to ask, amazing family business. Did you just going back to what we were talking about the region and creativity? Are there courses in universities there, or do people study in Bologna, or how does it where does the talent emerge from?
Oh yeah. First of all, I was born in a candle, swimming in a spot of perfume. This is really the history because my grandpa was a perfumer, so we have this type of opportunity to grow up around this. And is in a family business, there is a very subtle border between your family affairs and the business part because you share every moment, and Italian family are quite big. We used to stay together long period at lunchtime all together, more or less similar also our Arabic style to live together the family. And in this case, so all my experience passed through this type of empiric moment to live. And for me, instead to write note on my backlog, I used to fix the memory through the small ampoules with the perfume, the evocative power of the perfume. Normally you smell something and immediately your mind blow in a direction, and you have immediately the memory of that moment, the person that you met. This was the same for me. After this, of course, you need to study, and you need to be quite familiar with chemistry, and you need to be familiar with the mix of the molecule, weighting. So there is a type of training on course. It's not really a university. Of now they are starting to have this type of cosmetology direction. Plus, you can have a kind of mentor. In this case, was my grandpa that they drive you to find. But after that is you got some type of technique, and then you start to explore your like in a musician. And from my career, that before that I was a musician, I'm using to play with the notes like I played with my guitar. There is a very big similarity between music and perfumes.
Really?
So in this case, you have notes, you have chords in music on the pentagram, and you have the same in the perfumes. Notes, chords, pyramids, and so on. And we try to play our lyric with the perfume.
Very interesting. It's fascinating to kind of speak to someone from this type of a business. Do you have in the family business? Do you have a core scent? Do you have a main scent that's your kind of iconic smell, or do you have many different versions?
Yeah. Of course, we have a few things that this is probably the main difference between the French and the Italian school of perfumery. Everybody knows that perfume was born in Italy, although French people made a very good marketing, so they overtaken this part. But before that, the period of the Roman Empire, perfume was born in the Mediterranean area between Egypt and Italy. And after that, during the Renaissance, when Caterina de' Medici married the king of France, moved to France to the court with also the air perfumery, and there they started this part. each family in Italy has his own library, and in my home, in my family, the big legacy that we received from our grandfather was this huge, wide library of olfactive ingredients, and some of those are priceless. It was probably one of the biggest collection in Europe of oud, because it was a really oud lovers before the oud became so popular, even on the western side of the world.
And this part of the world as well, yeah.
Yes, so we have our special ingredients, and we have also our special molecules, that is a mix of different type of ingredients to create something. And we once, now I'm going to confess, that we call the magical drop, is a kind of a Terenzi invention, and these products make all the people addicted. Okay. We have in few of our fragrances, and all of those are bestseller worldwide.
Okay, amazing. So nice to hear the kind of historical context as well around perfume. And
yes, it's a very important perfume. I think perfume is really a part of our history, because when we start to use perfume is not only a kind of tools to smell good. It's really a status. So the perfume itself has a different type of meanings. Also religion, you have in many ceremony, you use a different type of perfume. And the perfumes itself, it came from Latin parfumum, that is mean through smoke, because it's really kind of religion side. And I think if you look at the Arabic culture of the bakur, that for me is absolutely fascinating, and I'm using personally at home to burn bakur. It's really what you do through the smoke of the bakur. You're going to collect for your textile and fabric the perfume, and you also create in the environment the spirit that pull up your soul to another level.
Yeah, so amazing. Yeah, actually something came up during the inauguration speech last night about, and I was reminded of the scent that we had in the Catholic Church, and the different smoke and the different flavors and things like that.
Incense, yes, of course.
Yeah,
amazing.
Absolutely. Amazing. So, but just talking about the family business side of things, was there temptation over the generations to kind of branch into other parts of fashion, such as different types of fashion design and things like that, or does it take discipline to stay within the perfume area?
Well, yes, it's first of all, you need to know that we are the third generation, so we pass through different type of level, because our company was established in 1968. So we have seen different type of tendencies and fashion and moments. Of course, perfume is a little bit far away from what is only tendency, especially in the artistic perfumery, because commercial perfume or masstige perfume, where they follow immediately what is in fashion. Every season you have something new, the tendency of the color, the tendency of the shape. Perfume as well, they have this type of tendency, but this is not very interesting for me, because I'm thinking that more perfume as an art, one of the eight art. It means it's like a theater, like a sculpture, like a painting, and you should tell something. And I always used to say, you don't have to smell the perfume. You need to listen the story behind the bottle. Because when you have the clear inspiration behind the bottle, you can better understand all the ingredients and the complexity inside. This is make the difference. So for me, the main challenge is to maintain our freedom out of the pressure of the business part, because of course we are in business, and maintain the heading to the direction that we would like to express. This is what is the meaning. So I'm thinking that we are more privileged if we compare ourselves with the fashion area, because the fashion area are in a way intoxicated by the needs to change every month. And this also nowadays, if you look at around what it happened with this pandemic, is not anymore sustainable. This type of rush to consume and immediately go through the basket bin, whatever it was, good only a few years ago is not anymore possible. And I think that the perfume has more long-lasting life on that direction.
Okay, interesting. So you think the current the pandemic sort of changed the pace of releasing things seasonally and for fashion weeks and deadlines, and there's more appreciation for legacy and
Yeah.
sort of things that are long lasting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think so. Also, I think that we are becoming more cautious when we do something, when we buy something. We don't buy something that is only for one day life. We try to buy maybe better and with more value. And the value is not only in what you're buying, the perceived value of gold or diamond, is also the value in the way these products has been produced. So for us, it's very important to be sustainable 360 degrees. It means we produce by solar power. We have zero impact in our production. We don't destroy anything when we produce. We try to recycle all process in order to have a really sustainable product. Now people became very sensitive on this direction, and I think that it's not possible to produce wonders, to produce beauty, if you're going to destroy something else. This is a kind of ethical contracts that we cannot accept. Few years ago, this was not possible to tell. Yes, only few pioneers are in this direction, but now this mood becomes more and more wide from countries that I didn't expect. We are dealing more or less in 95 countries in the world, and I've been traveling everywhere, and I've seen this kind of different that is changing dramatically day by day. So this is a good hope for the future. I think that this pandemic has a lot of worse things, but also some good talk that we receive.
Exactly. There's a big demand for, even from the investor point of view, of investing in sustainable, environmental friendly businesses. And that's good to know that that's part of the production process for your perfumes as well. Of those 95 countries, when did sort of the Middle East become part of the story in terms of exports? And what's your presence like in this region, and particularly in the UAE?
Yeah. You should know that I am very different from any other brands, because normally the brands start in Europe or in US. My career started in Arabic country, in no GCC. So I did the contrary, and everybody at the beginning told me that you are crazy, and probably it's true. I am crazy, but I have a big affinity with Arabic people. It's really, for me, the main type of customer that I would like to please, for few reasons, and it's very simple. Arabic person are very educated to smell good, and they are very educated about ingredients. That is something that you don't find now. They start to growing, but there is a very big gap between Western people in Europe or US compared with Arabic, because it's a kind of tradition in the religion, in the style of life. Even a young child start to smell, to use a perfume, to go to pray, and to have his kind of social life. Here in Italy, for example, a gentleman or a lady start to wear a perfume when is around 14, 15, and after it's going to grow. In China, maybe 22, 23 years old, they start to buy something that is similar to a perfume. In the region, in GCC, is completely different. So this is very important, because at least you can challenge yourself and you make a presentation of your heart to people that are expert. So I decided to start with Dubai, and it was my first visit. It was around 2008, I think so, before the big crisis. And after, when I come back, I found that every 6 months the city different, and this kind of incredible energy that is for me a kind of great inspiration. So I really like to travel, to visit, and to be there. And Dubai, we have our first boutique is open in Dubai. So it's really a place to be in. I used to come quite frequently. Now, okay, with the limitation of travel is a little bit different. But I hope to come back soon. And I love to do that. From this point of view, when we start and we make a very solid base in the region, from of course Dubai and after Saudi and all the GCC, Kuwait and rest, we built this type of idea of the perfumes, and we create to please this type of customers. And then we expanded to Europe and the rest. And it was very funny because I think that the Arabic touch in our perfume and also the type of customers that we please at the beginning create our success lately, because everybody would like to intercept the wealthy Arabic customers that are traveling. And they're traveling a lot because they are good travelers. So they go to London, Arrows, Selfridges, and the rest, and after US. So they help me to be successful. So I'm very grateful for that. And it's still my, the first love you cannot forget.
That's an amazing story. It's amazing to hear it from that point of view. And just talking about that, of course, we know from a luxury customer point of view, there's a lot of demand there's a lot of high net worth individuals in the region. There's lots of luxury brands who have beautiful stores in Dubai Mall and across the region, and in Kuwait and etc. But the Arabic touch, is that how you incorporate it from a product design, or is it more so that there's more of a specific sort of product for them? And can you talk a little bit about Sea Stars, the new nautical inspired fragrance collection that you've recently launched?
Yes, thank you. It's a very interesting question. For me, Arabic touch is more in the mood of that. I don't make a perfume in the commercial perspective to please a specific type of person. It's more the way to use the perfume. For example, Arab are very good in layering, so they are able to mix different things. So this is something that I'm going to learn. I've been traveling a lot before to start, because the tradition of wood, for example, the extraction, the way to mix wood with musk, the small places, even in the souk, where you can find these beautiful oils, sometimes are without certification also, but you find something that is spectacular. This is what I took it. I try to be a thief with my nose to learn from these people, and of course I try to translate this in my point of view with my spirit, not to make a copy paste, but to mix my culture with that. And if I look at the history, there is many common point between Arabic and Mediterranean people like I am. So I'm trying also to look at this period of the Venice when they deal with Arabic and the conflicts also. Why not? Everything that they can create a contact. And this is what I try to bring. And I'm thinking that this was very innovative, because at the time when we started with artistic perfumery, the main player came from France with this type of idea that I'm not against. I'm not a lover, but I'm not against. And this type of pure, perfect perfection, everything is very well balanced, for me is boring. I love tension, and this is what I found it in the Arabic style. This is what I try to put in my drop. And come back to your question, Sea Star. Sea Star is a beautiful story. Because it's a gift that my sister Tiziana did for me when I turned 50. So now you know my age. Okay, my reputation is already gone many years ago, so don't worry. This idea is I'm a sailor. I love to sail, and we are living on the shore. I told you before, we have a beautiful harbor here, and my sailing boat is Telea. One of the perfume is called Telea, and all the collection are related with the sea. The spirit of the sea is a moment when we have a kind of a new passage to another level of your life. When you reach 50, you get a kind of maturity, and also you are changing your perspective in front of the life. And this is, you can feel this type of new level of living in this perfume. They are very different from the rest of the collection. Of course, we get another element. There is one single perfume, one single molecules that is a link, like a fil rouge with all the fragrances that is coming from the fruit, that is ambergris. Ambergris is the only ingredient that you can collect from the sea. And there is the spirit of the sailor man, the spirit of living on the sea. I always used to say that my homeland is the sea. And so my sister would like to make this special, beautiful gift to celebrate my birthday. And we start with this sea star. But in the sea star, there is one bottle that I'm thinking that Tiziana overtaken herself in this project, is deep in the water. Okay. So the Atlantide, this beautiful bottle, is in the packaging, beautiful packaging. When you open, you have this incredible, amazing effect with LED. But the bottle is exactly physically into the salty water, the sea water. So you need to dive your hand to rescue the bottle that is completely covered by the water. So we need to also, technical wise, make a big effort to find an hermetic pump to protect the product. There is no label in the bottle because, of course, if you're living for a while, the water is a big solvent. So it's Atlantide, like the famous island, that we need to discover these beautiful treasures and wonders from the water. And there is an incredible, famous absolute of tuberose in this perfume that is priceless. So this is really a piece of art with this beautiful sea star on the top of the cup, gold plated. That is a jewel. I think that's it.
Yeah, amazing. So that's an amazing story, and of course we have Atlantis, the palm here as well, which ties into that narrative quite well. You've got Atlantide, Talia, you mentioned. There's other scents, Cubia,
Orza, Cubia. That is a sea. Cubia, all the old boat from the Roman Empire, they used to have two beautiful eyes in front of the boat on the head. These beautiful eyes are as a kind of apotropaic symbol to protect against the tempest, against the bad luck. And we are Italian, very superstitious. And this is what we like to do. And Cubia is also the symbol of the flag of my own town. So it's really, everything is related with the territory, with the landscape, with the place where we burn. And Orza and Poggia are two specific orders that you used to give when you are sailing. Okay. And Orza means go to upwind, and Poggia is downwind. So Orza, you feel the efforts, and because you are fight against the wind to go up. And this is really, you can feel the spirit of these efforts and this challenge with yourself in the perfume and this floating, but all of them, they are delivering joy because it's the joy of sailing, the joy of your passion, the joy of summertime. And the other one, Poggia, is the essence of the speed, because when you're going to downwind, usually you have an acceleration on your boat because the wind pull your sail from back. So you have this kind of acceleration that is, you can feel it. And when you take the perfumes and you start to smell it, you have immediately the feel of this acceleration, of this magical speed. And I'm quite proud of these perfumes because I like it, all of this.
That's amazing. Yeah. I want to move on to two specific industry questions, but just focusing on Sea Stars for another second. When people here want to purchase it, you mentioned that you will have a store. Do you know what location that will be in? And do you do online orders direct, or do you have distributors as well?
Okay, we have our major distributor that is based in Dubai is our important partner, because we built together this type of journey. So they were the people that discovered me, frankly speaking. So it's a special barrier. and is my master distributor that he take care about all the region, because regions is very complicated, and you need someone that is going to control to maintain the level of our products in the right position, also with the price level. So yes, we are in a different point of sale. We have our own boutique in Dubai Mall in the Perfume Co. We have a special nice location in Atlantide. You mentioned before Atlantide. There is a very nice boutique there with one of our greatest partner, and we have a place here. They did also a very nice shooting inside the aquarium in Atlantide with our perfume and with the scuba, and it was I was impressed when I see it. Okay, really the aquarium is impressive. So by the way, everything is impressive in there. And plus we have many other doors. I don't want to mention anybody, but we have a lot of these in all the region. Dubai, of course, is very important for us. And online, we only accept to have online stores that are official dealer, because unfortunately, when you start to be popular or your perfume start to be quite famous, you start to also fight against fake, and there is always some kind of crooks that try to get advantage as a parasite with your creativity. So we always suggest to all our customers that would like to please and enjoy the beautiful journey with one of the perfume of Tiziana Terenzi, to stay closer to one of our official dealer, and they can find easily on our website where they are located, or in the distributor website there in the area. So we don't send from our website our e-shop to the region, because it's complicated for delivery and whatever, and we prefer to develop locally with each boutique or department store our collection.
Interesting. Great to know. Paolo, one question specifically around the industry, and then I want to talk about how a consumer can approach perfume and your advice. But firstly, from what I understand and what I've read, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of fashion labels see perfume as high margin compared with their other items, but also a way to be more accessible. For example, if you're a luxury item, if you're a tailor-made suit, or if you're a handbag, it might be very expensive for many customers to purchase. However, the bottle and the fragrance is a lot more accessible for fans of the brand per se, and they can buy it more often. Is that why you see over the last sort of decade or 2 decades, many well-known brands having many more fragrances and releasing them quickly, like we discussed earlier? And also, I know you mentioned NDA, but is that how you help these brands who maybe might come from a tailoring background, who don't have the experience on perfume, and that you can help them create something in their own under their brand, but it's actually your creation?
Yes, of course. We have a very important collaboration with some of these famous brands that would like to enter in this direction. It's not only because the perfume is more easy to sell, let's say, or accessible for price point of view compared to clothes or jacket or whatever dress, but also because when you wear a perfume, is for me kind of invisible tattoo to be part of something, like the tattoo idea to write on your body the story of you are, like the Siberian code. Here we have the same idea that the perfume can be a kind of card to be part of a club, or to be part of a kind of community that is a brand that can represent as well. So they try to do that. Sometimes they make a mistake, and many of those are coming back. They give the brand in licensing to someone that is going to make a perfume. So they are going to be very greedy, aggressive in order to collect a lot of return money-wise. But they don't pay attention to the DNA of the brand. So the brand now, they started to come to specialists like I am to say, okay, we want to do something that should be current with the DNA of the brand, with the project of the brand, with the vision of the brand. And this is what we try to help and to do. So this is becomes in the last 10 years, as you say, more and more popular and important, not only for the easy way to sell, but also to create a more connection, intimate connection with your customers. And this is what we would like to do, by the way, because it's a really interesting part, and you have the possibility to explore different part of the business, because of course when you have a contact with this one big brand, you are going to enter in a very important library of the history, especially with some of those that are more than 300 years.
Wow.
So it's very nice.
That's really interesting to think of it like that. I never thought of it like that, as a kind of a membership or a way to be more part of the community of the brand. It makes me think maybe these other iconic brands like Apple will come out with a perfume one day. You never know.
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Amazing, Paolo. And so just from, those fragrances you mentioned, the target audience and say age group, male, female, teenagers, older people or something, and someone like me, how would I approach this, and what would your advice be for from your brand, but also so someone in my demographic might obviously be targeted with lots of marketing and in malls and in airports with these household names, and we might think it's nice smell, and we might buy the perfume and then stick with it for a long time and keep replacing the bottle. What would your advice be to kind of if we're not real connoisseurs, to kind of experiment a little bit more, and how could we approach that?
Yeah, I have always used to give this type of advice. Take your time when you make a choice of a perfume, because a perfume is a very intimate way to deliver who you are. So I've seen people, I had a lot of personal appearance or events, and people that are buying perfume, someone spray the perfume, the beauty advisor, they give them mouillette, the smell, yes, like it, I take it. This is, for me, is not the proper way to buy a perfume, because a perfume has a different type of moment in its explosion, projection, and you should evaluate all these moments, because it's not similar from the first moment up to the end of the day. The perfume dry down. So take your time. First of all, listen the story of the perfume. What is the inspiration behind? If there is no story, it means that it's only deodorant. You can buy easily for $5 a very nice body spray that is more or less do the same job. But if you want to have something that is going to intrigue yourself and also give extra power to your soul and what you do, because projection is exactly what we do. There is a very nice song in Italy that we can recognize love by smell. And this is absolutely true, because this is what is one of our primitive sense, and is a very important from our we are not cautious of this, but it's very important. So the first trick is smell. Try to put, if you like it, what you smell on the moillette, put on your skin, leave it dry down for a few minutes or even more if you have time, and leave your nose take the decision. Don't be oppressed or forced by any kind of advertising, because advertising is made to take your decision. So be free and leave your nose to make a decision. So this is the only trick that I can give you, because there is extraordinary perfume that can sweet you, but they cannot sweet me, because my pH, my personality is different. So you need to find something that is going to surround you perfectly. And there is, for sure, there is one in any brands that you can find it that is do that. So take your time, smell it, and if you like it after a few minutes, like at the beginning, it means that it's yours. Because many perfumes has this type of very tricky top notes. They hook you. You buy, but you go home. Many persons say me, the dry down is not necessarily what you would expected, and after you are not happy.
Amazing.
So take your time. And for the targeting of the person, we produce only unisex perfume, because I don't believe in gender. For me, perfume is a driver of emotion, as I say before, and there is no gender in emotion. So I truly believe that all the perfumes are unisex. Our perfume are all unisex, but in the target of the customers, if I can say that probably 65% are female, the rest are male. The target is always between the most important part of our customers are between 25 and 35 years old, and we have a very nice sector between 35 up to 55. And we're going to decrease. But it's very simple. The young generation are more free and open-minded to find and explore new type of brands. They are not in the mainstream brand. People aged like me, they are more strict to what they knew. So cologne, something that is aftershave, or mainstream brands like Dior, Chanel, or others. So they are need to be reluctant to move from this kind of safe zone to another area, especially when they have to pay a fortune for a perfume.
Interesting. Well, you've opened up my eyes a lot, Paolo. I'm afraid that's all I have time for this morning. But I can't wait to kind of go and taste, smell the perfume in Dubai Mall next time I'm
Thank
passing,
you.
and I'll recognize the brand. So thank you so much for sharing the story. Really nice to hear, and I'm glad you were able to join us from Italy this morning.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend for you. For us, it's not yet arrived, but enjoy the time, and I hope to see you physically in my next trip in Dubai.
Brilliant. Welcome, and hopefully you'll be back here soon. Ciao. Thank you very much, Paolo.
Ciao, ciao. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. That's it for another episode of Dubai Works. Thank you so much for listening, and please leave a review on the podcast platform that you're listening to. It really helps with organic searches. Also, if you'd like to appear on Dubai Works or know someone who has an inspiring business story in Dubai, please do get in touch on any of the smashy social platforms with organic searches. Also, if you'd like to appear on Dubai Works or know someone who has an inspiring business story in Dubai, please do get in touch on any of the smashy social platforms.